Hey everyone, it's vlog time. We are in February. Yes, I'll have to look at my calendar. Don't know if my mic's in the right spot. Let's try that again. No, let's keep going. All right. A couple things before I go ahead and get started. First of all, I want to give a great big thank you to. I'll use your real name if you want me to, but I'm just going to go with Lightning Dragon for now, for gifting me a copy of Stellaris, which is what I'm going to be having playing in the background. I'm still getting used to the game. It's very much so like Distant Worlds universe. Some differences to it. I don't feel like I've had enough experience with the game to really talk about it detail yet, but it is something that I'm looking into doing. I just wanted to go ahead and put a big thank you out there for gifting me that game. It's right up my alley. It's I'm enjoying it so far, and I hope to eventually be able to talk about it more. But getting right into things, talking about what I want to do with the channel. You know, I'd thrown some ideas around a little bit in the other videos, the previous videos, about you know, what I was thinking of doing. I was like, I go back and forth. I'm like, do I want to just stick to 2 series, or do I want to, you know, have a variety of things? And I think because I think my audience is made up of several groups, I don't just have like Jason fans. I tend to have like Jason playing Arma fans, Jason playing Distant Worlds fans, Jason playing Elder Scrolls fans, that I kind of have to just jump all over the place. And it works well with, we'll say, the way I like doing things. So I am going to, I'm confirming that I'm going to be, like I said last time, very fluid this year. We're gonna mix things up, and we're not always gonna be sticking to the same game. Does it mean that sometimes you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for some videos to come out because maybe I'm not in the mood for that? Yeah, maybe. But I think overall it means that the quality of each of the videos will be much better, because I won't be forcing myself to be, you know, like, I'll play for a while and I'll burn out on a game. I'm just like, I feel like playing something different, because my tastes are so different. It's like I get these waves, you know, where I'm like in the mood for one type of game, and then I'm not in the mood for that type of game. So, you know, I'll be changing things up a little bit. For the most part, though, I do want to keep it semi-regular. Like, I do want to keep some things, like, for example, like, right now I've got Morrowind and Witcher going. I want to keep those, you know, pretty regular, but one way I thought of that maybe would mix things up is, and I mentioned this last time, was having maybe kind of like an event week, where like on a certain week we throw out the schedule, the upload schedule, and we do something completely different. We just like maybe focus in on one game and just do like one game for the week. We might not finish the game, and you know, I'll have to drip feed some episodes to continue that series going on, because I hate having incomplete series on my channel. It drives me nuts. But you know, at least, you know, it'll mix things up a little bit, and it'll allow me to tackle some games that I've been wanting to talk about and want to play, but I haven't been able to, because you know, I'm locked into these RPGs that are basically going to monopolize my time for years to come. So first thing I want to say is well, I've got at least 2 weeks that I've got set up. I'm going, okay, I know exactly what's going up on those weeks. And the first one would be the week of March 26th to the 30th. And that will be a Distant Worlds week, where I'm basically going to, I'll be putting up both, we'll say, a continuation of my, like, a post-victory playthrough of Distant Worlds. I've already started recording some of that. And I'm also going to go ahead and try a pirate playthrough. As much as I suck at it, I'm going to go ahead and try a pirate playthrough. So for that entire week, there's not going to be any Witcher, there's not going to be any Morrowind. It's just going to be Distant Worlds, and I'm going to try to cram in as much content for Distant Worlds as I can for that week. We'll see. Maybe it'll be great. Maybe it'll suck. But like I said, I want to sort of serve that there, because I've been kind of in the mood. As you could see in the background, I'm in the mood for that strategy kind of gameplay. So, you know, I'll try to do a little bit of that, and then after that week is over, you know, I'll probably still continue, you know, some of the Distant Worlds. It won't be regular. I won't be able to say every week you're gonna have a video. It'll be like, we might have to wait for another week. I'll have to schedule it in. We'll see. It's all time permitted, right? If I've got tons of time to record, you're gonna get tons of stuff. If I don't have time, then we'll have to wait for these scheduled weeks where I can say, you know, I don't have to worry about Morrowind and Witcher for now. I can just work on this game. Next up, let's see, the next week I have is, so sorry, actually first, the reason why I chose that week, is because the original release date for Distant Worlds was the 25th of March. So I figured, I don't typically upload on the weekend, so that weekend there, I figured, or that week, that kind of coincides when it's with its original release. And then kind of coinciding with, the May 2nd, was it May 1st or May 2nd? Whatever. The release date for Morrowind, I figured we'd have a bit of an Elder Scrolls week. Now, this one here is a little bit different because people are like, well, you're already playing Morrowind, you know? I'm not going to be doing a whole week of Morrowind. No. I want to do something different here. Since I decided I was going to play the anthology, that was my original pledge. I've been playing the anthology, you know, the main numbered games. I haven't been playing the games that actually came after Daggerfall. So, for that week, I might throw some Morrowind in there just to keep it sort of like a broad or an overall Elder Scrolls week. But I'm going to actually start Battlespire. I want to jump into Battlespire and try that out a little bit. So that's going to be from April 1st to May 4th that week. We're going to be playing Battlespire. Trying that game out and seeing how terrible it is, and that's kind of exciting. I like this idea because it's, like I said, it's got me. It'll mix things up. It gives me something to sort of look forward to. Yeah, it's cool, and eventually we'll get around to completing it. But you know, like I said, I want to have variety. I want to be able to dig my teeth into all kinds of different things. After that. I do have some others that I'm playing with, or some other games that I've got an idea of what I want to do. You know, I'll share it. I'm too excited. I want to be able to talk about it. I want to go ahead and give Arma the Elder Scrolls treatment. And what I mean by that is I don't have the week slotted out just yet. It's not set in stone, so I won't tell you. I'll tell you more when that time gets a little bit closer, but I got this idea. I was like, you know what? I've been trying to figure out what to do with Arma. People keep wanting me to do Arma content, and I'd like to do Arma content. I still love playing Arma. But I just felt like I don't have much, we'll say, I don't know what to do with it. I'm not really inspired. I'm just like, I could do another Warfare game, Capture the Island, woo. I don't even know why I put quotation, air quotes for some reason. So I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and play through the main campaigns, starting with the original Operation Flashpoint, which was later renamed to Arma Cold War Assault. This is not Arma 1. This is Arma 0. I want to start with it's a 2001 release, I believe. It's older than Morrowind. It's an older game, but I want to start and see where Arma started, and then work my way through the campaigns. Until we've beaten, you know, all the way to the end of Arma 3. And then by that point, I'll either be sick of Arma, or I'll be inspired to say, okay, let's do something different here. But at least that will keep, at least some sort of Arma presence on the channel. And I like Arma, and I like the game, but I'm also kind of a sucker for seeing where things came from, you know, starting from the beginning and going forward, and sort of seeing how a series has evolved. And I think it's really interesting to be able to, sort of have that journey on such a short scale. A lot of people, when they're playing games, you know, they'll play it, and then years later, you know, they're playing in real time. They're not like me. I'm like years behind. I've got such a backlog of games that I'm just pulling stuff, and I'm playing it all in sort of short succession, one after the other. So it's kind of neat to be able to move from one game into the next, and kind of get that perspective. So that's what I want to do. After that, there's a couple others that I'm toying with, but they're not absolutely set in stone. One of them is, but I'm not going to talk about it because we're talking summer, we're talking, you know, possibly getting into fall. And I want to focus on right now. I want to focus on Distant Worlds, on Elder Scrolls, and then, you know, I'll get to Arma during the summer sometime. I might go ahead and make it coincide with, follow the trend, I'll make it coincide with the release date for Operation Flashpoint. I don't know, we'll see. the next thing I wanted to bring up is my amazing wife. I had to use I had to use some of the money I had earned, you know, bills and stuff like that, and I was like, crap, you know, I'm never gonna get ahead. I'm not gonna get the crap I need. She went ahead and you know, she saved and stuff like that, and she ended up showing me that she had ordered an Elgato, the HD capture, so I can actually start doing console stuff. It's not here yet, but when it gets here, I'll be able to start tackling some console stuff, because I've got my whole console library and I'm not too crazy on emulation. But this brought up a question to me. Right now, I'm alternating between The Witcher and Dark Souls. And the plan was originally to go ahead and do Dark Souls 2 after I was done The Witcher. But then I started wondering, well, I want to throw this out to you guys. You guys tell me. Should I do Dark Souls 2 after The Witcher, or should I tackle Demon Souls? Because I've heard a lot of good stuff about this. I've heard that they're kind of similar, but I don't know. I don't know. I know it's a little bit early to be talking about that because The Witcher's got quite a ways to go, but I figured I'd start sort of, you know, feeling out opinions now, so I could start planning ahead. Yeah, I think that's the question. Would you rather see Dark Souls 2 or Demon Souls? Let me know, because we'll say capturing from a console is now nearly within my grasp, and that's really exciting. I think that's about all my notes for today. All the stuff I wanted to talk about. I'm really excited to have those sort of weeks, and be mixing in different types of games and have sort of a variety on my channel again. It gets monotonous. It's like I get up and it's like, all right, I've got my checklist for the week. I'm like, I need to get this much Morrowind done, this much Witcher, and if I have spare time, then I'll do other things. But you know, it's always the same thing. It's the same thing. And I love the games. The Witcher is particularly, actually. You know, if I may, I'll just sit back and talk a little bit about some behind the scenes stuff. I know I don't know, it's just not really that important. It's not news, but maybe just general opinions here, because I don't always like sprinkling these into the individual episodes, but I don't know, maybe it's because I've played Morrowind so much, or maybe it's just that The Witcher is a really good game. You know, as janky as it can be, you know, they're both janky. Morrowind and The Witcher, they've got their problems, but I'm finding that I'm really being sucked into The Witcher. I'm loving sort of the slow burn, you know, the sort of investigations, the you know, trying to find out what is going on. Like, I've got recorded. Heck, we're done in February. I'm halfway into March with my recordings. My patrons have access to that. Oh, that reminds me. I'll get back to that. You know, I've been, you know, I'll do my checklist for the week, and then I'm going, well, you know what? I'll play some more Witcher. I'll play some more Witcher. I'll play some more Witcher. So, you know, I'm trying to edit and get those videos out as quickly as possible for my patrons. And I believe what publicly right now it's up to 11. But I believe I've got, what, 18 recorded at least? Is it 18? I don't remember. Whatever. I've got quite a few. I've been really sucked into it. And it's kind of, it's weird for me, because for the longest time I've gone ahead and I've said, you know, Morrowind is my favorite game of all time. You know, I love this game. And it's always weird to me when I'm like, I'd rather play The Witcher. Morrowind is great in its world, but there's like I said, maybe it's something new, right? I'm not as familiar with The Witcher. You know, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you know, would I like it as much if I replayed it? You know, on a replay, would I like it as much? Right now, a lot of what I like about it is the mystery. But I also like the methodical kind of thing, like looking at, okay, what's the monster's weakness? What's the best fighting style? You know, what kind of potion would I want to be using for this thing? Do I want something more dexterity? Do I want to be able to do more damage? You know, I like having the plan around that, and I definitely am glad I decided to play on the hard difficulty. And I'll probably repeat some of this when I'm playing The Witcher, because these are recent thoughts, and so it'll probably make its way into that Let's Play. But that's just this one thing I wanted to point out. You know, I've been really enjoying the Witcher. I haven't played too much else other than what I've been playing on the channel. you know, maybe I can use this as a sort of a space to briefly mention maybe some other stuff I've played, but right now, it's all anytime I have anytime I have time to play a game, I'm generally recording it and putting it up on the screen. So I don't really need to announce that. But I reminded myself when I was talking about patrons. So this is patron news. Those weeks are the public release of those videos. Patrons will have. I'll be trying to put those videos up as soon as I can for them, as I've typically been doing. Patreon actually has a 90-day limit, so I can't put up videos any further out than that. So if I happen to be, sorry, coughing thing, if I happen to be right on the ball and I've got these videos done well in advance, you know, I'm gonna try and not work more than 90 days out. You know, if it's something that's a little bit still 90 days out, I'm gonna maybe try to focus on the series that are, you know, that I've already started, like the pirate playthrough, you know, stuff like that. It's that way there. It'd be pointless for me to record that far ahead because I can't even give it to my patrons any further out anyway. So so you guys won't have technically the week. You'll have all the videos well before the week, but I guess we'll call it a perk. You get to start the week early. So yeah, if you're ever curious about what is available on the Patreon page, if you go to, you don't even have to be a patron. If you go to my Patreon page, it should be linked at the end of the video. There's a listing of all the posts of all the different videos I've put up. There's a lock on it, so you can't see the video, but you can see, you know, what is available to the patrons. So if you know, once if I am getting further ahead. It just gives you an idea of what is there. I guess that's kind of a plug. I feel dirty doing that. Anyways, I think that about does it, I believe, for February. I'm glad to bring back some series that I've enjoyed playing, and then I know some of you enjoyed watching. And I think that's about it. If you have any sort of thoughts, questions, suggestions, leave them in the comment section. If Dark Souls is something that interests you, then let me know if you'd rather see Dark Souls 2 or Demon Souls. I think that's about it. Yeah. Until next time, game on.